Yes, the metals are moving. Is the silver squeeze inevitable? Look, use the time codes below to go to the bit you want to see straight away, including gold, silver, platinum analysis. We'll probably do it in USD and AUD today as well. But look, if you're watching live, you get to enjoy every single thing we do here at Good Morning Stackers with me, Joe Main. But in the first 1 minute of the show, we do what we call the synchronized slurp. See, that's where you grab a tasty beverage and I grab my tasty beverage in whatever drinking vehicle that you like, and we slurp them synchronously together. The rule is you have to do it audibly wherever you are in the world. You've got to do it. Here we go. Are you ready? Grab your tasty beverage. We're going to slurp them synchronously. Here we go. In 3, 2, 1, go. Ooh, wait, is the silver squeeze inevitable? The metals have moved overnight, so we're going to take a look at that. Might we get a chart request in? I don't know. Of course, we've got to do the morning shout-outs because this is the GMS family Good Morning Stackers, your weekdaily live morning show with me, Joe Main, who's worked in the precious metals industry in Australia, the retail industry, so bullion dealers, for 11 years. And then I was a stacker for longer than that. Now I do this show, and I also help you launch and grow on YouTube and other social media for businesses in particular. That's what I'm very good at, building businesses' social media presences, as you've seen me do with various bullion dealers, including Bullion Now, Ainslie, and, this channel as well, which I started in May. 650 subscribers already. Join the winning team, join the family, hit the big red subscribe button. But of course, you get the shout outs in the beginning. And yes, I didn't just paint my walls. I am coming to you from the secret room. Ooh. No, it is not the red room of pain. If you know that reference, it's not the red room of pain. But for a good price. Of course, this show is brought to you by Perth Bullion Exchange, perthbullion.com.au, and WealthStack, wealthstack.com. You may hear about them a little bit later. Let's go. Living Adam Man is back. All right. Well, first I have a quick little question for Living Adam Man. How you doing, man? How you doing, Living Adam Man? Good morning, GMS Joe, CT, and everyone. Of course, Living Adam Man shared with us a few weeks ago now, had an accident of some kind, a work-related thing. I think you're doing okay now, but, want to find out how you're doing. Buongiorno. Buongiorno and GMS. Good to see you. Mark, Florida. Yes, all healed up? That is the question. Are you all healed up? Did the cream work, Lance? Hey, Lance, did the cream clear up the itch? Hazard, GMS. Morning, Jason. Morning. He refuses like an insolent schoolboy. Let's see. GMS says Knackers O'Reilly. Has a good thanks. How you going? Great, fantastic. Synchronized slurp. You got to do it. Fantastic. Yeah, past the halfway point. Can sleep on my side now. Well, that's good. Great to see, mate. Of course, we care about our GMS family here. Let's see. Jason Ashworth said, we'll come back to that question. What did you think of that debate? Well, we'll answer that question. Silver Fox. Oh, great. Good to see you, Silver Fox. Woke up this morning and checked the metals quotes. Was a beautiful day to start the way. I absolutely agree. We're going to take a look at live gold, silver, platinum analysis. They've all gone whoop like that. We're not out of the woods yet, and we're looking a little peaky on the smaller time frames on the 1 hour and the 4 hour. So we'll talk about that a little bit more, of course. And you're awesome. You're busier than ever. That is fantastic. Well, we'll get straight onto it. Of course, you've got lots of people who watch internationally as well. Welcome to everyone if you're watching from Reddit, Wall Street Silver DJing Club. I actually forgot to post a little thing on there today. So, hey, I might have some less viewers, but that's okay. And is this a new viewer? Great to see it, Lochnar. Hey, Lochnar, are you a new viewer? Are you someone who just changes their name every now and then? Are you that one? Or are you a brand new live watcher to the channel? Post a comment below and let me know, and I'll shout you out a little bit later on. Okay, really easy. Let's talk about the metals are moving. Wow, what a great way to wake up in the morning. I did see them break, so we'll take a look at the screen in just a second, but gold broke an all-time high that I posted last night very quickly, and I'll show you this right here. Is it this one or is it this one? Give me 1 second. Joe Main. Let me just search for that. This is what I posted last night. So let me share the screen, of course. This is out of interest. This is the You can't really say, you can kind of see it. This is the Gold and Silver Stackers Australia forum. I've just done a search for posts, okay? But this is what I posted on the Gold and Silver Stackers Australia forum. If you're not a member of the Gold and Silver Stackers Australia forum, you should be. It's free to join. I'll show you that in just a second. But I posted last night at around less than 12 hours ago, like 7 hours ago, this GNS, good night snackers, good night stackers, sweet dreams, because we had just broken over this. Look at this right here. We'd just broken out. And you remember what I was talking about yesterday? I'll show you that in a second. But I posted this. And then I posted this just this morning. Okay, let's read this really quickly. How nice is this to wake up to? Here's silver in Australian dollars. Okay, close just above key resistance, and the daily RSI is ticking up and has lots of room to move higher before it starts to look peaky. All metal prices are looking peaky on the shorter 4 hour and 1 hour time frames though. So watch out for that. Okay, ideally closing the week at or above these levels right now is preferable. Yes, of course, that's preferable. So let's take a look at that. Just let me quickly show you though, of course, the Gold and Silver Stackers Australia forum, that is it right there. Search them. There are fakes out there. You need to find the one which is a private group, and there's currently 8.2 thousand members, not 500 members, not 2,500 members, 8-point-something thousand members. That's the real one. Join that, free to join. If you're an Australian stacker, you got to follow the rules, but you can post things. You can post buy, swap, and sell things. You can swap with other members, and a lot of the time you can sell your stuff for higher than spot price. A lot of the time, I mean, buyers on here are willing to pay your spot plus your kind of normalish kind of premiums. Usually a little better. Otherwise, just may as well go to a bullion dealer. Yeah, it's a great forum to join. And I post there every single weekday morning. So let's take a look at, we'll start with gold, and then we'll do silver, then we'll look at the silver in AUD and all that. So here is gold on the daily time frame priced in USD, 2,557 all-time high for gold. Smashed it. So what did we say yesterday? So this is on the daily time frame, as I said, using the tradingview.com website. So yesterday we were right here. Right there. And yesterday I did say, and again, let me say this very clearly. All of this stuff is really obvious. Okay, so I'm not saying anything. Oh, look, look at Joe. All that stuff. It's really obvious stuff when you know what to look for. Okay, we had this little pattern forming right here. Okay, this uptrend line, and it was getting towards the end. So we imagine this didn't exist for a second. Can I do that? No, don't worry about that. Imagine this didn't exist, and we just opened the day here. And I said, it looks like it's going to make its decision either way. Either way. It could have been either way. It could have been up or it could have been down. Within the next 48 hours, probably by the close of the market this week. Well, it made its decision within that 48-hour time frame. I did say I was biased to the upside. I didn't give it a total massive percentage, but I said, I was biased to the upside because I do feel like this area here, this mother of all trend lines, is the magnet that's pulling the price up to it. Okay, I'll show you the mother of all trend lines, but we're certainly seeing that, so that's great. So we smashed through, and we've made a brand new all-time high. So congratulations to everyone. If you're in USD, if you're in the USA, and so it's a brand new all-time high for you. It's certainly new all-time highs for other currencies as well. We'll take a look at Australian dollars as well. But here's what I need to show you. Okay, we are just so you know, I think we're looking great for an eventual move, and I do think we are moving up to this magnet of at least. And I've said 2,650 US dollars, give or take $20 either way. Okay, so it just depends on when it hits. Look, that's a massive move. This is a $40 move in a day, right? That's pretty good. What are we talking in terms of percentage? For gold, and that's a 1.8% move in a day. Not bad, okay? I mean, you've certainly seen larger moves, but it's a nice move, right? So you could see this move up in the next few days. I'm not saying it's happening, by the way. But if this were to do it, I think you'll find this mother of all trend lines to be a very key area. It could smash through it, but also just need to be aware it is like a magnet. It is really pulling the price to it right there. Mother of all trend lines, just for my new subscribers overnight, mother of all trend lines goes back to 1980, 2011, and that formed this uptrend line, the mother of all trend lines, the Moatl, right there, and you can see it's just very clearly a magnet. It's pulling up to it. So I'm very confident, very, very confident, like 80-90% confident that it's pretty obvious by now, but things can happen, that we see at least there 2,650, give or take $20. Okay, so 2,630, 2,670, at least there by the end of this year now. And I was saying this yesterday, the day before, it's looking probably by the end of the month, but let's just be reasonable and say by the end of the year. Okay, and I also want you to take a look on the sort of more macro time frame. Again, this is the quarterly chart. Okay, quarterly chart. You've actually got technically. So this candle right here is this the next this quarter, right? So September, October, November. So in October we have another quarter to go. So there's another candle to go before the end of the year. Okay, so it would be very easy, I could say. I mean, absolutely. I'm just giving you again probably 90% chance. Let's say really 90% chance we hit that 2650-ish kind of area by the end of this year, and even because we get this next candle, which will come about on October 1st when we start trading on that day. You get this new candle, this one here. You can easily climb, and I'm not saying it's going to do this, but it's very easy to do because it's not that high in 3 months, is up to anywhere to 2875 to 3,000 US dollars. 2875 is a key Fibonacci level from an old high and an old low. Okay, and the $3,000 is the psychological value. Okay, so that's why here, very easy. It's a potential. Not saying it's going to happen, but it's absolutely doable in 2024, around about there, 2875 to 3,000. Not saying it's happening. Okay, but it wouldn't be surprising. Cool. And that would take it above the mother of all trend lines, which would be incredibly positive to end 2024 if we did that. Okay, now I'm just spitballing. Okay, I'm doing the what if scenarios, but that would be incredibly positive. Imagine if you come up to here around about your 2875 to 3,000, that breaks the mother of all trend lines. Okay, and then maybe in 2025 or in late 2024 this year, you have a little bit of a retest and you find support at the mother of all trend lines. Ooh, mama. Oh, again, I should say this is on the 3 monthly time frame. Anyway, that would be very positive. Closing above the mother of all trend lines in 2024, very positive. Okay, but let's go back. I've got to show you the other side of the bullion coin. This is the weekly time frame. It looks good. Weekly looks good. Ticking up. That's great on the relative strength index. Looking good for a move higher. Eventually, I think 90% chance to that 2650-ish level by the end of the year. Okay, probably coming sooner, but by the end of the year. The daily, as I said, looking good. Come on. There you go, son. Looking good on the daily. Okay, daily RSI is ticking up as well, and you've got lots of room to move to get into the extremely overvalued area, extremely overbought on the daily time frame relative strength index, and you can spend a bit of time in there. We haven't spent time in there since April, and we didn't even hit it in July, so this looks like it could potentially be the area. We head up into this area and you spend a bit of time there, so that's why 2650, even anywhere up to that kind of 2875, 3000 area is doable with this kind of room to move. Cool. I just want to show you quickly though, just for today, just bear in mind today. So bear in mind, this is now I'm just talking about the end of this week, not talking about weeks ahead, months ahead, just the end of this week. Look on the 4 hour and the 1 hour. Okay, I'll show you the 1 hour. So that's why I'm not as confident right now that we are going to see, at least today or by the close of, let me put it this way. I think by the close of the week, we probably won't be as high as we are now. Okay, it looks like we are ticking over on the 1 hour time frame. So you can spend a bit more time down here. So it's looking a little peaky on the 1 hour. Maybe I won't say the week, but on the 1 hour. So don't expect today to be a massive green day. Okay, potentially the setup today could be a little spike above where we opened at and then a fake out and so we close lower today. So it could be a red candle day because I look at the 1 hour here. It's just looking a little peaky. And also the 4 hour, we're into extremely overvalued on the 4-hour too. Okay, you can certainly spend many 4-hour blocks, 4-hour candles in that area, and just, I guess, because of the 1 hour as well, just looking a little peaky. So bear that in mind. Don't stress if we go down from here, because also what you would see after breaking out of a certain area, we've just made a new all-time high, you've broken out of this area, a retest is incredibly normal and usually par for course. So watch for a retest in the next 24 hours, roughly, of 2,530 US dollars. I would expect that. That would actually be more of the expectation. Breakout, retest, then you want to find that 2,530 US dollars as the level of support. Preferably, you don't want to get back into this area here. If we do, then you really don't want to break this trend line right here. Well, you don't want to break that. You don't want to break that. Okay, so down to there, bounce off, lovely, par for course. Cool, good. That is gold. So looking great for the move up to 2650-ish, and I'm expecting a retrace today to 2530. Could I be wrong? Yes. Should you dollar cost average anyway? Yes. So just do that. Why does this matter? Doesn't. That's gold. Let's look at gold. Sorry, I'm going to do gold on the Australian thing. So I'll do the metals and then the USD and the AUD. That's what I'll do today. So this is gold in Australian dollars on the daily. So technically not a new all-time high for gold in Australian dollars. Why? Let me show you very quickly. If it's a new, international subscribers will be going, well, if US subscribers will be going, well, if it's a new high in gold in US dollars, why isn't it a new high in Australian dollars? Well, because this is the Australian dollar to US dollar rate. Okay, as everyone should know, foreign currencies float against the USD because it's the world's reserve currency, and so everyone else has that second factor to take into account. Cool. So we've just seen a strengthening in the Australian dollar against the US dollar over the last few days. So that's why, and it was a lot lower before. So back here when it was a much weaker, that's when you saw gold in Australian dollars, XAU, AUD. That's when you saw it have that peak right there and technically make a new all-time high in gold in Australian dollars. But we're really close to it. Okay, so 3,802 Australian dollars. God damn, Australian dollars. It gets really confusing after a bit of time. While you're there, get your comments in, get your potential chart requests in. Okay, I might take a quick look at Sun Silver again today because that has interested me. It's piqued my interest, people. But here is gold on the weekly on Australian dollars. Okay, so you've got this move up to, and I drew this in previous. You have a Fibonacci here of 3,985, but you can comfortably call it the 4,000 psychological value if you want. Again, technical analysis for me on the Australian dollar for metals and asset prices of anything is less of a thing for me because, again, we have that second factor of floating against the USD. So we've got to worry about what's going on geopolitically, economically, all that stuff as well. Cool. But just out of interest, you do have roughly this area here of 3,985 to 4,500 Australian dollars. That bracket right there would be an area of resistance I would be looking out for, particularly because it's this uptrend line as well. Let me show you this on the monthly. You've got this monthly Australian dollar gold trend line to potentially contend with. Is it a thing? It might be if there's enough Australian traders or international traders that trade gold in Australian dollars, then yeah, you could see that become a level. So just watch out there at that. Maybe at the peak of around about 44 to 4,500 Australian dollars per gold ounce. Okay, watch out for it there. Might be a bit peaky because on the monthly time frame we're already in extremely overvalued, extremely overbought here. Again, you can spend many months in here, but just we're in that territory. Okay, watch that 4,400 to 4,500 Australian dollar area. That's gold in both USD and AUD. Let's take a look at silver in USD. Ooh, mama Cass, sweet mama Cass with a ham sandwich. A lot of you may not get that reference because you might be a bit too young. Go away, I don't want you. No. There you go. Let's see. Here's what I thought. Okay, so silver on the daily, $29.88 US cents. Man, yesterday we just sailed through the back-in business line, okay, right here. I did say if we start closing days above 29 US dollars, the back-in business line, it's looking very positive. The other thing I did post after I posted this, which was a few weeks ago, this downtrend line just recently I put in as well. We're not above that trend line yet. Just that's my extra little preferably. Let's climb over there. Okay. So isn't this interesting though? Look at this on the daily. So we closed really high. It's a bit peaky though. Okay. Again, let me show you the 1 hour. This is silver in USD using the TradingView.com website. If it wants to be good for me today, what's going on with this internet? Am I going out live? Yeah, I'm still going out live, so that's good. It's just taking its its SA time. Anyone? Bueller? No? Really? No? Okay, do I need to switch? Am I going to, am I about to cut off? No, I don't think so. I'm not buffering. There we go. All right. Yeah, I'll get to that comment. I just saw that. I'll get to that comment, Danny, in just a second. All right, that took its sweet ass time. But here is silver. Yeah, look, it's pretty obvious to you. It's pretty obvious to me. Okay, what have we got? We did close above the day. This is the 1 hour time frame. We did close above the 29, and that's really positive to see. What didn't we do? What did we do and what didn't we do? We didn't close above this downtrend line right here. We didn't close above, so we found resistance here. It was the what's the word? The motion. I can't think of the damn word. The whatever. Can't think of it. But it sort of petered out. The buying kind of petered out, right? The strength started petering out. So we closed below it. We've also gone into extremely, look at this. Very, 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 you hardly ever spend much time up here on the 1 hour time frame, okay? We're extremely overvalued on the 1 hour time frame. I'm expecting a dip today, okay? And I'm expecting a dip down to that $29-ish area, so maybe an 80 to 90 cent move in US dollars today. That's what I'm expecting, okay? Could be wrong, but on balance of probability, much more than 50% chance because we've been in here. Expect that today. Oh, don't be surprised of it. I'm not predicting it exactly, but don't be surprised, okay? We'd want to see the $29 level hold on the daily time frame. I'll show you the 4 hour. Again, see the 4 hours just a little bit peaky. Yeah, we could peak above, and I could be completely wrong. Okay, so, dollar cost average, best way to do it. Out of interest, we just peaked above here. Yeah, just looking more like a red day today, at least. Okay, and I could be completely wrong, of course. So we really want to see that close the day above 28 and all other days now. We want, if we come down a couple of days, if it's a couple of red days, we can have a spike. As long as we close above that $29 US level, then it's back in business, right? Basically. And then what I'd love to see is something like this. Let's say, for example, this happens. I'm not saying this is happening. Let's say, just say it's for example, right? You don't want, right? And then onwards and upwards we go. That's what we really want to see. That's the best case scenario. Of course, you can squeeze that time frame, a little bit more, okay? But that's what we would love to see. Onwards and upwards to the final hurdle of 31 US dollars. 31 US dollars is my final hurdle. If we close any month above 31, it is 100% bull market territory for me. I'm 99% there, but 100% barring black swans and, unforeseen events. And that says, oh man, we're going to break 32.50. We're going to head onwards and upwards, up this kind of general area. And then we'll talk about higher prices coming. Out of interest, the next big major area is at $38.50 for me, okay? And I've given it a range of $37 to $40 for no higher than that for 2024. See that right there? I've had this drawn in for a long time. Many of you seen this for ages, right? No, here's the end of the year, by the way. Okay, I've drawn that in, that vertical line right there. This is the end of the year, okay? You can make it. You can make it 37 to 40 US dollars by the end of 2024 is doable. I don't think it will go higher than this range. So I'm going to say no higher than 40 US dollars by the end of the year. Could be completely wrong. We could sail to that 38.50, wherever that, we could sail above that, But balance of probability, no higher than, say, 40 US dollars by the end of the year. But that's the blue sky thinking, of course, and it's looking, we're not even there yet. Okay, we're not above this trend line, but just, this is the scenario we want to see. Okay, and what I meant to say was if we close any month, particularly September, if we close September above 31, that's signaling that's really, really likely then for 2024. And you watch out for that $29 area to holders support, please and thank you. That's silver in US. Let's do silver in Australian dollars. Right, similar kind of thing. 44.4 Australia. God damn it, Australian dollars per silver ounce. Okay, here is the basically new all-time high back in May of this year. So again, for Australians, we've seen we've seen all-time highs in silver already. Okay, even though you haven't done so in the US again, because our Australian dollar had been weakening a lot against the US dollar over the last number of months. Okay, it just seemed to have a bit of a strengthening at the moment. So here we closed above, just above. Now this trend line that I draw in, it's never going to be perfect. Okay, so you could really say we closed at the trend line. That's probably more fair to say. And I am again on the 4 hour. Excuse me. And see, on the 4 hour, on the relative strength index, which will come up in just a second, but on the 1 hour, if it lets me do it, get your comments in, etc. Yeah, see, look, it's ticking over, man. Can you see that? That's the 1 hour. That says to me in Australian dollars, we're not going to hold this trend line today. So it looks like it could be a failed move. Oftentimes from a failed move is a fast move in the opposite direction. So I would watch out for if you're on Australian dollars, I would watch out for there-ish. Does that make sense? Call it there. You want to call it there at $43.50? Call it there at around about a support level that you preferably would want to hold, and trend line-ish, kind of like that-ish. Yeah, cool. Get it, got it, good, makes sense, great. Let's preferably hold there at 43.50. Breaking 43.50, then... So I'm going to answer... I won't answer that question yet. Actually, no, I will answer that question now because we're on silver in Australian dollars. Because we're on silver in Australian dollars, I'm going to quickly read out a comment. I'll read it out. Let me find it here. And there. Let me find it and I'll post it up. Who was it? It was Danny, I think. Danny said it in the orange. Yeah, there we go. Danny said, all right, cool. So Danny said, still waiting on that $30 silver. Now, Danny means $30 in Australian dollars. Okay. Some people have, and look, it's a fair call. It is a fair call because anything can happen, right? But some people were suggesting that this was a head and shoulders pattern right here. So some people were suggesting left shoulder, this, instead of this, now this is what I saw, and this is a little bit different, right? This is what I saw. Was this a head and shoulders pattern? So I think I did mention this, I think at least in the USD price, left shoulder, head, right shoulder, okay? And then when we broke back above here, it didn't look valid to me, okay? But other people were suggesting maybe that this is the entire head and this was the shoulder, okay? So that's why some people were suggesting that, you know, this, and quite, I will say, let's be honest, quite adamantly people were saying that this meant very likely that. And all the way down, I've got to keep going. Got to keep going all the way down to this area that I draw in here. Okay, I didn't think that was more likely, but I had to say it's always a possibility. Doesn't look likely now. Okay, it looks like this head and shoulders pattern is not a thing anymore. That's looking like the complete invalidation of this larger head and shoulders. So I'm going to say, in my humble opinion, we ain't seeing $30 now. Okay, we're not seeing 30 Australian dollars now, barring a black swan event, barring, you know, all that kind of stuff. Okay, if we're just looking at the technicals, yeah, black swans, something happens in the economy, they announce a massive recession, you know, towards the end of the year, something like that. Yeah, okay, then you could see that move. But from the technicals, if it's just things are just going along smoothly, then no, I don't see that. So that is that. That is that comment. Let me give it. Still waiting on it. Yes. So that is silver in AUD, and yeah, and again, I could be wrong. This could just smash up from here. Okay, it just does look like to me that this 1 hour time frame is just a little bit peaky, but I could be completely wrong. See, look at that. It might be ticking up. I don't know. Let's see. So that is silver, gold in both AUD and USD. I'm going to do platinum now just in USD. I don't tend to do it in Australian dollars. So don't worry about platinum in Australian dollars. I don't think I even have a platinum AUD chart. Here is platinum. Oh, you cheeky bitch. You cheeky bitch. Okay. So Lucy's really done it to me. If you know, again, the Lucy and the football analogy, platinum's really setting me up, man. It's just Lucy's got the ball, laces out. Lucy's even put the laces out on the gridiron, on the football, on the gridiron football, on the NFL football, right? And she's lined it up perfectly, and she's promised me, Charlie, this time I promise you, I won't let the ball go and let you fall flat on your butt. Okay, she's really setting me up. Here, why? Because we have actually ticked over. We're above the long-term downtrend line from 2000, going all the way back to February of 2008. Okay, thicker yellow line, February of 2008. Okay, it plays with me every single time. This is the quarterly time frame. Looking a bit muddled here. My apologies, because I've got lots of lines and everything. But look at that. It's now okay on the monthly time frame. Man, on the monthly. Lucy. Lucy can always fake you out, though, because she is a fickle mistress, and she will usually do it to you every time. Okay? But technically, we did hit the best buy zone at $900 US. We touched the top end of it. I've had this best buy zone drawn in ages ago, remember? And pretty much at the start of this channel, at the start of May, roughly, is when I've had this best buy zone drawn in. And we did hit it, okay? Big bounce, big fake out. It's looking a failure to break and hold this trend line right here, oftentimes from a failed move. A failed breakdown is a fast move in the opposite direction, and we've seen it. Over $980 US. I did say, and I have to stick to my guns, all right? Let's go back to the daily. And we're not out of the woods, okay? Not out of the woods, but I did say, when we start closing days. Now listen very carefully. When we start closing days above the thick yellow line, the one that goes back to 2008, I'll start getting, okay, all right, I'll start getting, maybe Lucy won't do it to me again. Now, what did we see? Technically, actually, we didn't see it close above that 2008 line, okay? Look, isn't this amazing? This is a long-term trend line from 2008, okay? It still does respect it, okay? We closed at it, right? We spiked above. We don't do spikes, do we? We don't talk about spikes. We talk about closes. And it did close technically at it. So I'm a little bit, Lucy, what are you doing? Because let's look on the 1 hour. Now, out of interest, on the 1 hour time frame on platinum, we have already been in extremely overvalued, and we're back into the normal range. It would suggest to me, I think, now look at this. This is interesting. We peaked here on the 1 hour time frame. We found support. Gee, what do you know, at the 2008 trend line? Cool. We're looking a little peaky here. Unless we go, which we could. Balance of probability, I think platinum's teasing me again, and I think it might close the day below. That's what I'm going to say. I'm not confident yet. Okay, it's getting me really riled up. Good on you, Lucy. But I think today could potentially be a red day. Okay, I think that's just because I'm battle worn and I have PTSD from, again, Lucy doing this to me every single time. But if we start closing the day, not spikes, but if we close above this trend line, I'm starting to get very interested in platinum again. Okay. And of course, as you know, if we start closing above here, so I'm a little bit sniffly. I'm always a little bit sniffly in the mornings. Where are we? Let me show you the weekly. If we start closing dailies and particularly weeks, if we close a week above right here, let me show you. Right there, we start closing weeks above there, like any week. Close a week above about $1,015 US. getting excited for platinum, like getting excited. Okay, I'm like, oh, Lucy's really letting us have this one, right? So I'm getting excited, and all the way up in here, I'm getting really excited. Okay, and I will be ultra uber excited, rah rah rah, bull platinum for months and months to come at least. If when we close any day above, not at, but above 1,120 US dollars. That's my final hurdle on the monthly close. That spells to me closing a month above there. Oh man, that's so good. You're good. Okay, then we'll be talking about higher prices then. But out of interest, I'd be using my Fibonacci levels as guides, so you could just see the levels that I think we'd hit to next. That is platinum. So yeah, I'm a little bit more excited than I should be, because again, Lucy can just absolutely fake me out. We're looking a little peaky on the 1 hour and the 4 hour time frames, but you never know what can happen. But look, so far so good for all three precious metals. That's gold, silver, platinum, and we did AUD and USD. Okay, back to the red room of pain. As I said, if you're just joining me, I'm in a different room. Okay, in a different room today. Hope I'm coming through loud and clear. Let's get a few shout outs. And then I think I want to take a quick look at one of the charts. If there's been any chart requests, I'll have a look. If I don't get any chart requests, I might want to take a quick look at Sun Silver. Give me a sec. I just want to see what it's done. What have we done? Give me a second. Oh, we haven't even opened. Why are we even open? Is the market open? When does the market open? I thought it opened. Oh, I'm probably on a 20-minute delay. Anyway, sorry, let me go back to here. Let's get some more comments and queries and everything like that. Let's see. Any chart requests? So Lochnar, I did ask you before, Lochnar, if you were new to the channel, because I love to see new people on the channel. So let me see. Lochnar, you said, yep. And then I asked you, were you... Nope. Awesome. Yeah, that one. Oh, okay. You're changing your name, I think. Okay, cool. So you're not new. Oh, that's fine. That's good. No problem. 2558. I saw. Wow. Yep, exactly. Jason says, I like the red room. Brings out your eyes, Joe. It actually really does. I got some blue eyes. Blue eyes. My baby's got blue eyes. Do 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 do. I happen to know really old songs because I was raised by an older generation who used to listen to 3MP on AM radio, and it was just all those old songs, which I'm really used to, actually. Let's see. Are we rich? It says Minister 988. You could be, depending on when you bought. Let's see. I'll get to some of the other comments in just a second. Yeah, I'll get to all of those comments about gold, etc. There's a lot of great comments, so I will get through all of these. Any chart requests? Anything? Let's see. We don't have Tony today. No chat mum today. She's not reining it in. That's why you're all misbehaving. Let's see. I'm going to get into all of these comments. This is great to see, so we can spend a bit of time here. Love it. Lucy's Platinum Football. You changed your name. Did you change your name mid-show? Lucy's Platinum Football. Love it. Oh, no. I have a new... Oh, there we go. I have a new idea for the new account name. There we go. You guys. I'll tell you what. I think that's the same person. We've got Clark Kent and Superman here. No chat mum today. That is correct. All right. Pete Repeat says that. Any chart requests, can you please... Oh, thank you. Palladium. Okay. Chirping since 88. Can you please add Palladium to your daily analysis? No. Not Palladium to my daily, but probably not Palladium because I at least do gold, silver, platinum. I end up doing the gold to silver ratio. Then I do a chart request. I probably won't do Palladium every day, but let's take a look. For Chirping since 88, welcome to the show. If I've never seen you before, I think you're new. So welcome, hit the big red subscribe button to join the family. Let's take a look quickly at Palladium today. I won't look at Sun Silver because I don't think the market's opened yet. So let's take a look at Palladium, the chart request for today, and then we'll look at all the comments and then we'll get the hell out of here. I do happen to have Palladium on my thing because I do track it. The problem with Palladium is that it is, I mean, you can certainly buy ETFs and all that stuff. So you can buy, you know, a paper version of it, but getting the physical is very difficult. Okay. You're also paying GST on it here in Australia. So we don't really focus on Palladium much, but I had done, gee, give me a second. I had talked about Palladium. Give me 1 second. Palladium. Did I? Was that a video? I'm just checking, just so you know, I'm just checking my YouTube. There we go. All right, so I want you to know, I can't share the screen, but what I can do is the following. Give me 1 second. I'm going to show you something. Give me a sec, right here. On May the 6th, one of my first shows when I was a little baby. I look so young. Give me a second. I'm going to share this screen. You ready? On May, streamed 4 months ago, May the 6th, one of the first shows. The video was entitled Palladium Bottomed. So let's see, what did I do? Palladium bottom. Here we go. Where were we? Gee. What do you know? Palladium bottomed right here. 941. So this was on the monthly time frame. This was on the 3-month time frame. Okay, I'm just showing you what I said back in May. Okay, of Palladium. Again, I don't follow it very often because again, it's just, you know, I did it as an interesting thing. Yeah, right there. Okay, cool. That's where we were, and I said had it bottomed because we'd broken back. And then we'd found this support level at that $855 level. We were also we were very low. I think the lowest it had ever been on the quarterly time frame on the relative strength index down here. So I did say platinum bottomed. It did look like it was a decent bottom for me. So let's go back to let's go back to the live price. I'll go to the quarterly. So that's what we were looking at. There you go, right there. Bang. Platinum looked bottomed to me. So, and then this is where that's that relative strength index. It was the lowest it had ever been. Okay. It looks pretty low. Now, could it tank from here? Absolutely. But gee, it looks good. It looks all right. You can definitely see that bottom has formed on the quarterly time frame. Each candle here is 1 quarter. Let's go back to the monthly, and you can see very clearly an arc forming right there, a bottom forming like that. Sorry, I should say. See that? It's definitely a bottom forming. We didn't see big spikes down. It was finding all that support. Did it a couple of times. Double bottom here on the monthly at that 855 level. Relative strength index now ticking up. Now, does that mean? It's just it in a bit. It's it. Palladium's the place to be. Onwards and upwards from here? No, it doesn't, because, you know, we're not even over the halfway point on the relative strength index. We have broken here. Right there. Give me a second. I think I just bear with me 1 moment. I'm getting messages sundry. Okay, cool. That's nothing I need to, it's no emergency. So we have broken the RSI. That's a great positive sign. Good. We have formed this kind of arc here. That's a positive sign. We found this is support, double bottom, looking good. Previous resistance, came back and tested its support. That huge move in Palladium in March of 2022. Then the consolidation back down. It's looking bottom E. The thing you've got to know, though, is the following. Since this, on this monthly chart, okay, look, we spent the lowest we've ever been on the relative strength index on the monthly time frame since 1997 is down here. Sorry, let me move that so you can actually see it. Okay, now you can see that. Sorry, sometimes the stuff's in the way. Right there, see that? So that's the lowest we've ever been. Just below, we technically dipped into extremely undervalued for platinum. Okay, and that marked its bottom in platinum in 2003 at $144. We certainly had a double bottom. That's going to be 2008. Okay, so the GFC, everything went down. Right, kind of like, you know, your COVID style, pandemic style, you know, panic thing. Right there, double bottom, move up. There's that very key horizontal line of 855 is a very key level, resistance, resistance, then resistance became support, peak, and now back down. So it's looking like a very key level, A55. It looks like it's bottomed at this stage. The only thing I will say, we've already gone back down to that area, so we're already there. What we've never done, and I'm not saying this, okay, but just out of interest, we've never, ever gone into extremely undervalued for platinum or oversold for platinum on the monthly time frame, ever. Well, not ever, I should say, since 1997. We've never gone into this extreme area. Could this be, just be wary, okay, could this be the tick over and down? I don't know, and I don't know because of the fundamentals of Palladium. I'm not into the fundamentals of Palladium. I don't understand it. I don't really know. I know it was, platinum and Palladium were swapping out each other for catalytic converters and things like that. As far as I'm aware, there was the big switch, I think I remember, but I don't really know about the fundamentals of Palladium. Okay, someone can inform me down below if you like. Is it looking very good for the fundamentals? But the technicals look pretty good. So it looks like a bottoming area, okay? Out of interest, if you want, and I'm not saying this is going to be a thing, but let's just do some Fibonacci for potential. If we go on a massive Palladium bull market for some reason, I don't know why we would, but let's just say we do. What are the next big levels? I want to do some quick Fibonacci on here. Let's see if did we line up anywhere over here? Let's just take this. This is the obvious spot, this and this, okay? Oh, okay. Yeah, we kind of did. Would I take it from there? No, I will take it from there. So I'm going to take it from the old high in January in 2001 and the old lows of 2003. Did we find, and I'm going to get rid of this horizontal blue line just so to see if there's any Fibonacci right there. Yeah, can you see that? Cool. All right. Why did I have that box drawn in? Oh, I had that box drawn in. Okay, just out of interest, I had this purple box drawn in last time because I said if we do breakdown from here, where would be a good best buy zone? And that would have been a good best buy zone if this wasn't forming a bottom, right? That would have been anywhere from that $600 mark down to 460, I think it was. So that might still be in play, you never know, but this looks like a decent bottom here. And did Fibonacci predict anything? Again, it's in hindsight, so bear all that in mind, okay? But any major levels? Yeah, maybe here-ish. Yeah, there-ish, you could call it. Did it pick the top? No. We do have some closes around this area, but no, I wouldn't really say that's massively predictive. We did have that 3,340. Okay, so I'm going to get rid of that for now. Let's just do some quick fib. I'll hide that for now. And let's take it from the new high, recent high, and the new low, if that's the low. Okay, let's do that instead. Some areas. No, I ain't going to do that. No, I'm going back. I'm going to go back and I'm going to look at this. No, I'm not. Far out. Sorry, guys. I am going to do that. No, that's not what I want. Sorry, my apologies. I will go back to this. Quick little, there we go, and that. Some higher targets if we go on a massive bull run. Higher targets, you'd be looking at, let me get rid of that. Palladium, $7,600. $7,700 would be the next big level I'd be looking at, okay? Also take into account this trend line right here. You could call it that, okay? So maybe your $7,700 mark. 5,000, 7,700. That's long to say for Palladium, but it's looking nice, okay? Looking nice and bottom. Definitely looks bottom-ish. On the weekly, the weekly's trending up, so that's looking good. It's looking good for at least a move. Look, at least a move to this area here of 1,450 US dollars, roughly. That would be a nice move, okay? Imagine, getting in here, with some kind of paper. I don't recommend paper, but, getting in here and getting out here. Imagine if that's all you did. I'll even put it there, like there and there or there to there. Imagine getting in now and waiting until it pumps 25%. Depending on how much you put in, that's 25%. That's great. Why not? Okay, so that's Palladium. That's all I'm going to do. Let me take a quick look at Sun Silver. Have we opened yet? No, but I'm going to quickly look at Sun Silver very quickly. I'm going to show you. Sun Silver. This is on the weekly time frame. I'll show you the daily. We did a first look at Sun Silver. This is a mining stock, a mining exploration company, Australian based. But their actual exploration thing, I think, is in Canada. No, it's in Nevada. It's something to do with Nevada, I believe. And we had this peak right here. This is Sun Silver, because I am personally looking into, just so you know, I'm personally looking into getting into this myself now. Why now? Because we had this move above. Now, we were right here when I did this analysis. We were above the 0.786 level of 68 cents. And I said, watch out for the fact that you could spike above this 0.786 level here, this Fibonacci level of 68 cents. I said you could spike above, watch where it closes. And it did close below it. So I wasn't saying, that I was going to get into Sun Silver or look into getting into it until it started closing days above it. And we didn't close. And then we had that move all the way back down to the 50% market around about 58. There you go, 58 Australian cents. Sorry, 58 Australian cents right there, right bang on the 50 level from this high and this low, the Fibonacci. But just yesterday, we closed above, and we closed the day yesterday above the 0.786 level. That's why I am now personally interested in getting a position, just a small position, in Sun Silver. So that's me. That is not financial advice. You do you. This could tank from here, all that kind of stuff. You should not be betting on individual things, just by ETFs, by index funds, etc. For me, though, it looks interesting because it's heading back up on the daily. It's never been, since the index came out in May, it's never been extremely overvalued on the daily time frame. It's trending in that direction. We closed the day above the 0.786 level. So I'm looking to take a very small position myself. That's just me. Don't do what I do. Okay. But if we did continue to sail up, I'd be looking at a level of at least the $1.97, $1 Australian dollar level as your first little peaky area. Okay. There was the person who originally recommended this to me, who said, take a look at the chart, said that they bought down at 42 cents. Good on them. They're probably in the chat right now, quite potentially. And they said 42 cents they got in. And I did suggest to them, not financial advice, but hey, if they got in at 42 and then it gets anywhere above this 75 level, if it gets up to 84, well, you've doubled your investment. Okay? Once you've doubled your investment, it makes sense to consider taking a bit off the table. The sort of general rule is you sell half on a doubling, because then you've just recouped your initial investment, and then you're just free rolling the rest. It doesn't matter where it goes. Wherever it goes, you're making money. If it goes down, well, you're just making a bit less money. But if it goes up, you're making much more money, right? But you've recouped your initial investment, so you haven't lost anything. Makes sense? Good. Got it good. So I'm looking to get a position in Sun Silver. I do have an order open. It's just, come on, man. Is it even opened yet? Oh, the market is open. Okay, so what's it doing for me? I think I'm on the 20-minute delayed thing. Okay, out of interest, Sun Silver's getting a little peaky on the 1 hour time frame, but yeah, okay, I'd like to get a little position in it. That is Sun Silver. That's gold, silver, platinum. We looked at palladium, and final comments, and then we shall leave. Let's get all the comments going. Get your tasty beverages ready, because in about 5 minutes we will do the final synchronized slurp and then get out of here, because I've got stuff to do. You've got stuff to do. I've got stuff to do, including work for, because I'm teaching them the skills of creating consistently engaging content. So before the comments, you are going to hear about Perth Bullion Exchange, perthbullion.com.au. Out of interest, this is their YouTube channel, okay? Perth Bullion Exchange on YouTube. Look at this, 635 subscribers. If I'm doing my job correctly, I should be getting them more subscribers than I'm getting from my own channel, okay? That's the sign of someone who's doing a really good job, right? These are my clients. They also happen one of my brand partners. So, perthbullion.com.au. We'll go to that in a second. But check out their channel, okay? I'm teaching them the skills like I did for Bullion Now. Well, I did it all myself. At Bullion Now, I was the content creator. At Ainslie, I was the content creator and with the team and all that. But the social media strategist and all that, particularly for Bullion Now, I launched and grew their channel from 0 to 20,000 subscribers. All those epic unboxings, that's all, I created all those and all that stuff and all the titles and tags, and I built that channel, okay? And I built the community. I took that channel from 0 to 20,000 subscribers, right? Again, of course, Michael is in the front as the front person and all that sort of stuff, right? But I drove the baby, yeah? Now I'm teaching Perth Bullion Exchange and some other businesses as well. They're not even bullion businesses, how to create consistently engaging content. So they're already doing it. They've had videos with, they've got 635 subscribers. They've already had videos that have had 3,000, 4,000 views for some of their videos. Okay, 2.1 thousand. You've got one down here, which is, where are we? 4,000 views right there. This is an educational silver bars versus coins versus rounds, okay? So I'm teaching them the skills of how to do it, and they're creating all this stuff themselves, and they have nearly more subscribers than me on this new channel as well. So if I'm doing my job correctly, they'll have more subscribers than me very, very soon. So be one of them, hit the big red subscribe button for them, right? Give them some props as well. But this is perthbullion.com.au, my preferred brand partner. They are the first bullion dealer in Australia to offer free shipping when buying over any kind of quantity. Okay, I will stop that because what I want to show you is they've just launched their unallocated program. Buy silver and gold for spot price, and then it's real physical metal that's held for you on site, right? And you're in a pooled thing, right? You're getting a share of metal that's real physical metal. You don't get the real physical metal. You don't get it sent to you. However, you can redeem it for a physical product, or you can sell it back to them for cash. Okay, so let's take, for example, I'm going to get Ricky, the owner of Perth Bullion Exchange, on the channel next week. He's going to join me for a live interview. We'll talk about the unallocated program. We're also going to launch my membership program, which has amazing discounts from Perth Bullion Exchange, perthbullion.com.au. But you buy unallocated silver. This is the kilo version at spot price, and then there's all the fees, etc. You can redeem it for spot minus $25. You can redeem it for a physical item, then you just pay the premium difference, and there's all that kind of stuff. So I'll get you to head over there, perthbullion.com.au. They also have their weekly special. Type in special in the search box over in your top right-hand corner, and you'll find it. And of course, my other brand partner, WealthStack, wealthstack.com, right here. Save and invest and transact in physical gold with a WealthStack account. And eventually, you're going to get a debit card. Silver is coming on board as well. You're buying gold for spot plus 1%. And you don't have to buy a kilo bar of gold to get 1%. You're buying, you can spend $10, get $10 of gold. Okay, spot plus 1%. It's always spot plus 1% to buy gold. And it's always spot minus half of 1%. Spot minus 0.5% to sell your gold. Okay, real physical metal. Okay, again, it's an unallocated program, just like Perth Bullion Exchange's program. It's an unallocated program. The gold is held in your name. You own it, but you don't get physical delivery of it. Okay, that's why there's no storage fees. There's no transfer fees. If you want to send gold to someone else in the WealthStack ecosystem, they're not going to charge you to send gold because it's just like a blip to a blip, okay? What you get in receipt for your purchase, and this is a great thing as well, you don't just get a promise like an email saying, oh yeah, now you've got this. You get a blockchain-based token, okay? So that's an immutable claim, a receipt of claim, okay? So you get that as well. So for example, if you buy $10 worth of gold, that would be, 0 point something of their WSG token, okay? But that's your receipt of immutable claim on your gold. Download the iPhone app or the Android app, free to join, free to, set up an account, add your ID, etc. if you want to start buying gold. Many people on my channel have already set up a WealthStack account and have been purchasing gold. If this isn't for you and you're I don't hold it in my hand every single day, I've got to go to the coffee shop, I've got all my gold and my silver in my pockets, right? Because you could get robbed. You leave the house, you could get robbed. You go on holiday, you could get robbed. Someone could find your stash buried under the back, buried in the backyard, right? And technically, it could happen, okay? So this whole, if you don't hold it, you don't own it thing, I get it, but it's not foolproof, right? So if you want to diversify your risk, move your risk around, diversify your risk, consider having some of your portion of your wealth in wealthstack.com, okay? Gold-backed, unallocated storage. Silver is coming. Platinum is coming. The debit card is coming. Spend your gold. Visa debit card or MasterCard thing, debit card. Boop, tap, spend, and it takes out of your balance. Okay, makes sense? Good. That's WealthStack. WealthStack.com. Go to WealthStack.com. Click on how it works. Click on the About section. Click on the Frequently Asked Questions page. Go check it out. It's really, really good. I did an interview with the CEO a few weeks ago, David Ski. Check that out on my channel. Cool? Get it? Got it? Good. You'll be hearing more about WealthStack over time. That is now the final comments. And then we'll get out. Ooh, okay. Sun Silver is climbing. Oh, that's good. Good to know. All right, Sun Silver's having a little bit of a market buy. Ooh, interesting. The market's open. Sorry. Oh, I do that. There we go. Final comments and stuff. We've got a lot of comments to get through. So quickly, let's see. Are we rich? We did that one. We're rich, man. Minister 988. Lochnar says, silver never managed 30 Australian dollars, but gold set yet another new all-time high today at, you're talking about USD now. Silver never managed 30 USD, but gold set another new all-time high today at 25.60 and some change. Isn't it great to see? Yes, has it been a camping nut? The power could go out for a week and it wouldn't run. Okay, now we're talking about something else. Let's see. Lochnar says, Lochnar's now the other one. $26 soon enough? $2,600 soon enough? Yeah, should possibly. What happened last night? 4% move for silver. Something must have happened to move like that. No, just normal buying pressure. It got to an inflection point, I guess. Do you want to call it market manipulation? Do you want to call it JP Morgan and HSBC? Is the silver squeeze inevitable? Is the silver squeeze inevitable? Probably, yes. That was part of the title of this video, and I didn't go over that, did I? Oh, my God. Sweet Mama Cass watched gold today and choked at the price. I reckon we need to see the COT report at the end of the week. Yeah, of course they would. HSBC calling 3,000 by the end of the year, and Goldman Sachs calls 2,700. See, and they're so varied, aren't they? So anyone could be right. As I said, though, 3,000 US dollar gold by the end of 2024 is absolutely doable. It was only 20%. Back when the price was lower, it was only a 20% move. You can easily see 20% moves in gold in 4-month period. Easy. So yeah, it's doable. I'm not saying it's happening, but it wouldn't be surprising. What can I say? I like the shiny. Absolutely. Let's see. Probably be moved through GS there through manipulation, playing while they can. Yes, they would. Based on a couple retailers' buyback pricing with my stack, I have a mix of stuff like Eagles that fetch over spot. Yes, they would. Then stuff like 10-ounce bars that are under spot. Yes. So manage my stack averages out to about spot. Yes. So you've got some Eagles. Eagles you usually get. Mate, if you walk into any bullion dealer in Australia, well, actually, sorry, let me start that again. No, that is absolutely not true. I would say there would be 2 bullion dealers in Australia where you could get over spot for American silver Eagles. One of them would be Bullion Now because they pay spot in the beginning, and I worked there for 3 years. I did see times where someone would bring in silver Eagles, and if we didn't have any silver Eagles, we couldn't get them for some reason. If they were in good condition, the boss would go, okay, yeah, let's do spot plus $1. And so you get over spot. Or I don't think it was ever higher than that, okay? Now, Perth Bullion Exchange, perthbullion.com.au, they also buy back at spot, just like Bullion Now do, okay? So I think if you were even to send American Silver Eagles, if they're in decent condition, to Ricky at Perth Bullion Exchange, he'd probably go, yeah, probs. I can't speak for Ricky, and I'm not speaking for Ricky, but it seems the most likely because they're American Silver Eagles, right? They always attract a bit of a higher premium. But yes, so now interesting. Then stuff like 10-ounce bars that are under spot, not with Bullion Now, not with Perth Bullion Exchange. You can buy back at spot, okay? Or they'll buy back from you at spot up to a certain level of a daily transaction level, and then you're going to get under because it's so. If you're bringing in like your wheelbarrow full of silver in one go, you're not going to get spot for it, right? Because it's just it's about liquidity, yeah. But there are bullion dealers here in Australia. You can get them for spot. The manipulation down is obvious, especially watching markets like Shanghai. And I'm not sure how tamped gold is, but I figure silver is about 4 times more tamped than gold. Fair enough. They are losing control of the fiats globally, though. So I think the metals are moving closer to their true actual value. Not there yet, though. Is the silver squeeze inevitable? I think inevitable, yes. I don't think things that can't go on forever won't go on forever. HSBC, JP Morgan, etc., they can't tamp it down forever. We've been saying that for a long time, so they can certainly stretch it out, okay? But is the silver squeeze inevitable? Yes, it is. It's inevitable eventually. I mean, for thousands of years, yes, we're talking about the 1/10 of an ounce, yes. I mean, for thousands of years, 1/10 of an ounce of silver, roughly, it was a denarius, which is around about 1/10 of an ounce of silver, paid for a day's wages and a basic soldier or laborer. Yes, that's true. An ounce paid 10 men for a day, or over a week's wages for a worker. The tamp today is real. Yes, what am I going on with my glasses here? Yeah, I mean, there's a case to be made that if you have 500 or more ounces of silver, that's like what a king had back in the day. A king had 500 ounces of silver. A king had 1,000 ounces of silver, right? So if you've got a lot more of that, you're doing all right. Potentially, if we go into that kind of scenario. Okay, Lance, true value won't show until we re-correct in the stock market. Yep, and bottom out. Yep. Yes, it's way too frothy for me to play in other than some long-term as I'm averaging. Yes, in the stock market, yes, it's looking peaky. Many people think we're going into recession, particularly as we've been saying. I won't show you the ratio, but watch the gold to S&P 500 ratio, okay? It's coming to an inflection point. It's getting to that halfway at that 0.5 level. That's when the capital rotation will probably kick in, and then people in the stock market go, oh, it's not great to be in the stock market versus gold anymore. Gold's going to be the place to be in precious metals. Commodities will be once we hit, if we do, and break above that 0.5 level on the gold to S&P 500 ratio, okay? You really got to watch that one. That's the big, it's kind of like, it's the big canary in the coal mine, that one, for the capital rotation. Exactly, 2011 high for silver in USD. 2011 high in silver in USD equals 190-ish today, inflation adjusted in Australian dollars. Oh, inflation adjusted. Sorry. Yes, I see what you're saying. GMS. Oh, man, this is still waiting on a thing. Morning, gentlemen. 12 cents from 30. $30 incoming. Let's see. Final questions and comments. I'll go down to this area here. Let's go down to the more recent comments, and then we'll get out of here. So thanks for the change, Lucy's Platinum Football. So Lucy just changed names. Let's see. On the 2009 Eagles just about, but on the other stuff since, yeah, I'm in the green now. Oh, yes, of course. Okay, on that. Can you please add Palladium? Well, we did that. Not you. Lucy's Platinum Football. All right. Let's see. I wasn't sure, but it seems the US Mint offers 1 ounce Palladium coins. They might possibly do. In the US, you won't be paying that tax on them. In Australia, Palladium has 10% GST on top of it. For some reason. Why? Because they just chose it to be. Yes, Big Buddha. Big Buddha was the one. SS1 up 3 cents to 71.50. Now it's at 73 US cents. So it's 73 US cents, my people. And I happened to put in a buy order. Before the market opened, I put in a market buy order for just like 300 shares. So a very small amount, it was like 200 something bucks for SS1. And I think it's probably, I haven't checked it, but it's probably, my buy order's very likely been taken. So it looks like I'm in the green so far. Good old SS1. Could be good. The new Somali the new Somali elephant coin looks good on the BN unboxing video yesterday. I didn't see that one. I didn't see it. There we go. PBE announced an unallocated program. Very good to hear. Yes, it is. Just so you know, and again, we'll talk to Ricky next week. Next week coming as well. Very likely it's going to be my chat with Yankee Stacking as well. It's a big week next week. We've got the release of the Lunar Snake. So that's on Monday. So that's when Perth Mint releases it. So release day is Monday. So we might just talk about that on Monday. Tuesday or Wednesday, I'll be talking from Ricky from Perth Bullion Exchange. We're going to be talking about the new unallocated program. We'll go through the details. I'm also going to be announcing the Good Morning Stackers private membership program, which includes exclusive content and exclusive private member only discounts from Perth Bullion Exchange, and we'll explain that method, and they're bloody good. So let me put it this way, and I won't give you the whole pitch now. If you think that you will buy more than roughly 50 ounces of silver in a 12-month period, then you just should be subscribed. You should just be subscribed to my private thing, because the value savings you're going to get is going to be way more if you're buying, again, more than, say, 50 ounces a year. You just subscribe to my channel, get all the wonderful extra content, but you get instant, really good discounts from Perth Bullion Exchange, and you get free shipping as well when you buy over certain amounts. So literally, once this program is out, hopefully it'll spread like wildfire, because it would be dumb, literally dumb, for any stacker in Australia to not be subscribed to my private membership, because they get this crazy discount from Perth Bullion Exchange. Again, if you're purchasing anything over, say, 50 ounces a year, like, you're already on top. Okay, that's all I'm going to say. So that's that. So I'll be talking about Ricky, and next week we'll be lining up an interview with Yankee Stacking as well, who you knew jumped on the live channel a couple of times last week. This week, just a couple of days ago, jumped on the live channel. Let's see. Fees sound very competitive, but I'm not too sure how it compares. Unallocated. Let me put it this way. Perth Bullion Exchange's unallocated program is better than another large dealer that it was modeled off. It's better on the larger sizes, on the gold ounce and the silver kilos. It's the same for the 1 ounce and the 1 gram, but it's better for the other. So they're making it really competitive. Lucy's Platinum Football says, I stopped looking at my medals so much in fiat value only. Good. And so more in time. Good. If I had to sell my stack and replace my take-home pay, how long would my stack last me? Good answer. Great answer. If the world went to SHIT and I lost my job, do I have enough silver to cover me for a bunch of months or a year or whatever it is? Okay, that's your insurance policy. Precious metals are a form of insurance. That's all it is. Is it going to make you rich? No, probably not. Could you get relatively rich to everyone else, because they're all going down in value, their relative wealth, and you're staying where you are, so you're relatively wealthy against them? Yes, but what does the world look like at that time? So this is a great way to think about it. The other way I think about precious metals is, rather than valuing them in dollar amounts, I value them in other goods and services. How much silver do I need to buy a median-priced house? Is that ratio going down? Well, that's good for us. Or, if silver goes to $10,000 an ounce, what's a loaf of bread at the time? Is a loaf of bread $1,000, because we're in a hyperinflationary scenario? So that's why you measure it against a ratio against goods and services rather than the fiat dollar price. Great way to do it. Got to run. See you, Mark, Florida. Bye, Mark. All right, we're getting out of here very soon. We're getting out of here in the next 2 minutes. When looking at the burn time of my stack, it is consistently fluid based on, yep, cool. Since 2009, I've managed to stack currently 6.5 years of wages in metals. Good on you, Lucy's Platinum Football. One day, I suppose the opportunities we take for granted today with silver will not exist. I believe it won't take too much to change everything at some point. Then it will be a new market. I mean, we stack as a hedge for the future, yes, and eventually to either pass on to kids, in my case, to retire on. Agree, you're doing it for your kids. It's generational wealth. So I look at it as replacing my wages and how long it will take me. Fantastic. Final question. I will do that. Any questions? Wow, you've got a lot to say today, Lucy's Platinum Football, and that's good. So everyone's reading it. That's great. Jason Ashworth, reading now that the increase in gold and silver is due to expected Fed cut rate. Well, we already expected that, but I thought that was kind of already priced in. Let's see. Fed rate cut means money printers go brrr, and inflation of the monetary supply commences, once again driving metals up. Yep. And could that be the same for the cryptocurrencies potentially as well? Lochner and living. Oh, so you are two different people. You are two different people. All right. Final comments. Also, Canada has the mint shield sorted out, so no milk spots. Yes. I don't recall any of my eagles spotting. I think I've seen spotting on eagles, but most of them are sealed in tubes and never opened. That is it, people. 1 ounce of silver for 2 cheeseburgers. That's your ratio. Yes, that's right. That's what you're tracking. So Lucy's Platinum Football is tracking the 1 ounce of silver for 2 cheeseburgers ratio. That's a ratio you can track if you want, and why not? How many ounces does it take for 2 cheeseburgers? God, imagine if that's what it is right now. That surely can't be right, though. Actually, that's probably true in Australia because everything's so damn expensive here. Yeah, 1 ounce of silver for a pizza. I love it. Okay, look, let's put this up. Okay, I'm gonna. All right, this is a fair point, and I'm gonna attack this just very quickly for 1 minute. Silver Fox, after the recent revelations by John Adams, I'm very sketchy on unallocated programs, as you should be. Of course, skepticism is the right thing to be. You should be a skeptic on everything. However, you just have to put trust after a certain time. I don't know if that's 100% proven yet. We're talking about ABC Bullion. Okay, so this is John Adams, the big ABC Bullion thing. Apparently, they didn't have always in storage what they said they had in storage and all that. What I have to tell you is unallocated programs can go under the same name, but they can look very different. So not every bullion dealer's unallocated program has the same kind of system, okay? So what kind of system did ABC have? I don't know. But I can tell you from now, maybe you can take a little bit of solace, or trust, if you want to call it that. Don't trust anyone, but out of interest, as you know, I've worked for 3 major bullion dealers who all had unallocated programs. Goldstackers had an unallocated gold program. It was completely legit. Bullion Now has an unallocated gold program, completely legit. Perth Bullion Exchange, I don't work for them, but they're my brand partner. I've been to this. I know Ricky very well, right? I teach him. We're teaching him the skills, right? Consistently engaging content. So I know Ricky very well. Ricky has a real unallocated program. So, trust your own instincts, but if you're going to take it from anyone, take it from me. That, because I've worked in the bullion industry, I literally see it. I saw it every single day, how the other bullion dealers' unallocated programs worked. Goldstackers, Bullion Now, all legit. I worked for Ainslie. Their one was legit as well. Perth Bullion Exchange is legit. So, I just never worked for ABC Bullion, and I don't know the staff, and I think I've met a couple of them once or twice, but I have nothing to do with them. They've never been my favorite. Let's put it that way. So that's it. I think that is the same place I was talking about. Yeah, possibly. All right, that's it, people. We're over an hour. We got to go. So let's get out of here. Get your tasty beverages. It's been nearly an hour 20. This has been Good Morning Stackers for Friday, February the 13th. Oh, it's February the 13th about this. Oh, it's great. That's great omen. Hit the big red subscribe button to join the family. I'm going to get out of here in the next 1 minute. Get your tasty beverage ready and have a great week, people. Let's see where we close at the end of this week. Gold's still looking good. Silver's climbing a little bit more. Platinum's up even more as we've been talking. Just bear in mind, we're just getting a little peaky on the 1 hour and the 4 hour. That's all I'm going to say. But hopefully onwards and upwards in the weeks and months to come. Finally, what we do is we dance it out. Thanks for watching.
Good morning, Stack. Oh yeah, we're feeling fine.
In the red room of pain.
Good morning, Stack. It's podcast.
All right, grab
a tasty beverage.
and let's do that.
Synchronised slurp. Now
3,
we're on the
2,
move.
1, slurp it.
Good morning, Stack. Oh yeah.
Woo! Thanks for watching. Have a fantastic weekend. Stay safe, stay informed, and I will see you on Monday. Have a good one.